Sonny Gray was back with the Twins, kind of a surprise activation off the injured list. He looked outstanding. Very crisp, had great command, was really getting a lot of movement. Really as good as you could expect anybody, let alone a guy just coming off the injured list. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched for Sonny Gray. Just phenomenal. And Jorge Polanco provided all the offense. This was kind of a shocker just because it was a 0-0 game in the bottom of the 6th. Just everything seemed so hard offensively. And then Polanco puts one up into the sweets there, the first time he's ever done that at Target Field for his 3rd home run. You know, we know he has power, 33 homers last year, but my goodness, did he get a hold of that one. After Gray came out of this one, Danny Coulombe and Griffin did an excellent job out of the bullpen. They combined to throw 3 innings of shutout ball, 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts, Coulombe and Jax. And then they handed it off to Duran to protect that 1-0 lead. And he got the job done. You know, so great to see him bouncing back after that outing in Baltimore where he gave up the 2 home runs. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, also hit a batter. Topped out at 102.8. So Country Heat on your dial at 102.8, the highest up the dial it's been this season. So great to see Royce Lewis, of course, with the big club, playing shortstop, hitting 9th. Almost homered in the 8th inning here. So close. Puts a great swing on this 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Almost goes oppo. And then, unfortunately, gets backpicked here on a missed bunt by Celestino, who came in for Buxton. Who we'll hear Buxton apparently was removed due to hip tightness. So a nice play. You know, Oakland makes a good play here. Royce being a little bit too aggressive on that secondary lead, and they get him on the back pick. Luckily, it didn't matter. Twins win 1-0. Great, hard-fought victory once again for the Twins. In St. Paul, Jordan Balazovic was making his AAA debut. He only made 1 rehab appearance down in Fort Myers, so great to see him get up there so fast, and he looked pretty good today. You could understand if he looked a little rusty. You know, former 5th-round pick back in 2016, one of, if not the best Twins pitching prospect. Hit 96 here, you see, and then here's his first AAA strikeout. So nice to see him just back out on the mound again, let alone pitching well. But he threw 3 2/3 innings with 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Jordan Balazovic in St. Paul again today. I believe Gray was originally supposed to make a rehab start for the Saints, but they kind of just pushed him up and pushed Balazovic into this spot, so it kind of worked out nicely. And, you know, Jordan is on the 40-man roster, so I think we can expect him to make his major league debut at some point this season. Very exciting, you know, it's just an abundance of exciting young pitching all of a sudden for the Twins. Everything's kind of coming together, knock on wood. Guys who were injured last year are getting healthy. More on that later in this recap. But that's nice to see. And then one of the biggest beneficiaries of Royce Lewis moving up is Kevin Merrell, a guy who the Twins signed as a minor league free agent this offseason, former number 33 overall pick back in 2017 by Oakland. He had a big opposite field 3-run home run. This guy's 26 years old. He'd been playing in Double-A Wichita, so I hadn't really been paying much attention to him there, but I think if he hits well in St. Paul, that's certainly notable. So new he doesn't even have his name on the back of his jersey yet. So Kevin Merrell, again, a name to know there. In Double-A, Simeon Woods Richardson here. You see that big, beautiful breaking ball that he throws. He has such good command of his secondary pitches. Really doesn't rely heavily on his fastball, but I think in this highlight clip, I've got a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. If I didn't include that, that's the highest I saw him pitch on the broadcast here. But he threw 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits. He did give up 4 runs. Those were the first runs he gave up. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Pitching with emotion here. I love that out of him. Even though it was a rough start, his ERA in the year is still 1.33. How crazy is that? Austin Martin steals his 13th base of the season already here. He's been really running a ton. The power is still not showing up for Austin, which is kind of a bummer, but he's still getting on base a lot and swiping bases, doing a lot of things to help Wichita. And Spencer Steer was just a monster. He hits a double here. Guy who's hitting 307 with a 396 OBP and 511 slugging heading into today. Also hit 2 home runs. I'll try to show you both of them. You know, they can't. The broadcasts are minor league sometimes too. We appreciate the broadcast though. I don't want to rip on the broadcast, but sometimes if you're wondering why I don't show a highlight, Sometimes it's because something like that is all we got. So Steer, he hit 2 home runs there. In Cedar Rapids, the Colonels were hitting home runs. Speaking of which, Anthony Prato hit his 4th. Will Holland hits his 1st of the year here. And then Aaron Sabato hits his 4th. So they had 6 runs by the end of the 2nd inning for Cade Povich, who is starting for them on the mound. The Twins' 3rd-round pick from last season. Definitely another guy lower down on the rung, just getting his pro career started, really. But a guy to know, certainly, Cade Povich. 5 innings of shutout ball tonight, 4 hits, and a walk and 8 strikeouts. Excuse me, it was 0 earned runs, but he did give up an unearned run. So 5 innings of 1-run ball, but it was an unearned run. Struck out 8 batters in those 5 innings. Again, that's Cade Povich, Nebraska product. In Fort Myers, Blayne Enlow got on the mound. He pitched in a game for the first time in almost a year. He was recovering from Tommy John May 18th of 2021, the last time he pitched. You see there he got beat up. Not too concerned about literally his first outing in almost a year. Just great to see him pitching again. Again, so many guys missed time last year. The pitchers, Duran, Cantorino are a couple of the guys that come into mind. Even Winder missed a good amount of last year. Blayne Enlow is a name that kind of gets forgotten, and he's a name to know. He's on the 40-man roster, topped out at 95 in this outing. So it's going to be a long journey back, but we're going to be following him up the rung. Thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.